Hi, I'm Lisa Frye, and I am a co-founder of Art Sanctuary. We've been around for about 16 years now, which is a long time. So this is our building, standing outside here in Schnitzelburg, Germantown, on this gorgeous day. Art Sanctuary is a 26,000 square foot space. We have a 10,000 square foot venue area where we hold weddings, fundraisers, we have bands play, do DJ dance nights, kind of a goth type feel, monthly. We do a late for dinner that we've been working on the last few months because it's a live streaming situation. The Vava Vixens do our shows here, which I'm also manager and producer of that. Very near and dear to my heart. We usually do about 3 of those a year, and that's a huge, if you haven't seen one yet, look us up, they're amazing. The community that exists within the building is very supportive of one another. It gives a safe place for us weirdos to come.
Producing musical theater is always a challenge for a group that is constantly changing venues and moving around, putting shows up in different places around town. And when we did our first show here at Art Sanctuary, which was Carrie the Musical, we found immediately a group of people who were very interested in allowing us to really realize the artistic vision we had for the show. So we were able to have really respectful, positive, productive conversations with everyone here so that they felt like their venue was being respected and treated well, and we felt like we were able to really do all we could to bring this show to life. So that resulted in a show that we have, never could have imagined doing because of how large it was and how everyone here at Art Sanctuary helped us make it the best it could be. We came back for Pippin, which was a musical that really basically turned this whole room into a circus, a literal circus. And anywhere else, I don't see how the show could have been as big as it was. But thanks to the team at Art Sanctuary that wanted us to be able to succeed in pulling off this circus, as well as our own internal designers, choreographers, directors, actors, we were able to really do some incredible magic in here. And then for the last show we did in here, which was American Psycho, we built in the theater event space room, we built a whole fashion runway that extended through the auditorium, and it had immersive aspects for the audience. There was blood, there was lights on the ground, it was all over the place. And these 3 shows that we've done in here just would not have worked anywhere else. We couldn't have brought them to life anywhere else because the flexibility and versatility of Art Sanctuary made them possible. We of course had the design minds behind it, but thanks to people who operate this venue allowing us to really make some bold choices and also working with us to ensure we were meeting every kind of safety standard we needed to, there was just unprecedented production value, and I can't imagine having done them anywhere else.
Hi, my name is Jerika Jones. I'm the executive director of Girls Rock Louisville. Girls Rock Louisville is a nonprofit dedicated to empowering girls, gender nonconforming youth, and trans youth of all identities through music. So what we do is we provide music lessons, we form bands with the children, they get to collaborate and create original songs, then they get to perform them at a live showcase. So Art Sanctuary has been just the most incredible venue, not only just for Girls Rock Louisville's Sparkle Ball, but also for the kids to showcase. The kids always come in and they're enamored by the space, by the stage. It's been welcoming. We've been able to have real shows here where we get to celebrate what the kids have made, and it's beautiful. The community comes, we pack the house. It's just beautiful. So Art Sanctuary has provided Girls Rock Louisville, whether it be our showcases or some of our fundraising events, a place to call home that's welcoming, that's fun, that's edgy, that's us, it's local, and it's beautiful.
Late for Dinner was conceived as a way for musicians to have an opportunity during this period of time to perform when they couldn't play out at clubs, and also an opportunity for people at home to be able to enjoy music without having to go to a club. Art Sanctuary has very graciously helped set that up and make it possible for their stage to be used, and it's been a very interesting and exciting couple of months here that we've been doing this. Well, Late for Dinner's allowed musicians to have an opportunity to perform, and it's this period of time here. When people got started, they knew how long it was going to take for them to be able to get out and play again, and this. They've been very excited about being able to get out and perform, even though there's not a live audience, and it's helped them quite a bit. It's also helped people that are fans of theirs to be able to keep up with them, and it's been a good opportunity for them to show off what they've been doing since they've been quarantined. I've noticed a lot of musicians have new material and actually been putting out new recordings during this whole time, and this is an opportunity to showcase those.
Radio Arcane has grown. We've existed only since 2017, so about 3 years. We started off just doing kind of DJ nights, but we have grown to where we are booking touring acts from around the country. We interview them on our podcast. I don't know, there's just a lot of angles to having a community of creative people around you that is highly beneficial to artists that sometimes you just don't have at home on your own. There are about 14 of us. We have a very diverse group of people, other creative people that make music. A lot of us are in bands. Some of us are visual artists, a lot of us are sound production. It's hard to stay in the groove of being creative. You have jobs, you have distractions, some people have children or whatever, and having a space that you can go to that's a quiet space for you where you're open to create, but you also have a community of people. But being able to stream music at Art Sanctuary, they're still able to be on stage with professional lighting and professional sound. And it just gives a little bit more of that live experience that people miss.
Vava Vixens is a program of Art Sanctuary. We have been around for a little over 10 years now, and we have been performing variety shows and many themed shows, about 3 to 4 a year for that whole time. And we have a very diverse group, probably of about 30 different performers, all different kinds, like singing, dancing, and big choreographed dance numbers, aerials, all kinds of really fun striptease, of course, since it is a burlesque troupe. But it's become really a source of joy for me. I'm a manager and producer of that group, and we've become a tight-knit, close family. And it's a place where people can feel safe to explore themselves as an artist. One of the really cool things about Vava Vixens and Art Sanctuary is that it brings a multitude of it brings everybody together. So our audiences tend to be anywhere from 18 to 80. It's all different kinds of people. So you never know what you're going to see in here, which is amazing. And it's really brought a community together that really, it's a place where you can feel comfortable and safe. This is a sanctuary after all.
When I first joined, we were the only burlesque troupe in the city. Now there are plenty more, but we are probably one of the largest ones now. We do burlesque, we do variety shows, we have singers, aerialists, circus performers, just everything you can think of, all pushed into one big, raunchy is the wrong word, tastefully raunchy show. I think it's so important to Louisville. People are born and raised to think that your sexuality isn't necessarily an okay thing, and especially myself starting in it at such a young age, like it has completely shaped the way that I feel about my body. I know now that I'm beautiful and that that's a good thing to be able to flaunt yourself and be like, this is okay and this is worth it. It's made a huge difference in my life. And I have talked to plenty of audience members that say, as myself as a curvy lady, that it's very empowering to see so many people of so many different shapes and sizes and genders and sexualities and everything just coming together to be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I didn't realize how many of my friends were DJs and in bands and dancers until I started coming to shows at Art Sanctuary. And it's really just a place where we can be creative. And I had no idea how many of my friends were visual artists either until I saw their art at Art Sanctuary. So for me, I mean, the place is just more than a venue, more than a bar, more than a theater. You know, it's a lot. It's amazing. Well, for me, the Vixens is an opportunity to actually do a little bit more creative things that I couldn't do with a regular theater show. I mean, so many musicals and regular plays that you do, you have your very strict script and you have the songs that you have to learn, but with the Vixens, you actually get to create it yourself. Because at the rehearsals, you really get to know each other, especially when you're, you know, let's say you're doing a group dance and you may not have danced with some of the people in the troupe yet, then you get to know how everybody moves, and it's a lot more fun to perform. So I really just miss the camaraderie and the creativity and just being on stage with the Vava family.
Art Sanctuary and the Vixens especially have given us an excellent space in order to really be able to experiment with our circus arts that we would in a way that probably most other places wouldn't allow us to, especially seeing as the Vixens tend to be a little bit more avant-garde and a little bit more openly sexual. We've been able to play with those types of performances, as well as being able to just like that avant-garde aspect of it, being able to really be as creative as we want to be with our art, whereas in more commercial settings or more traditional settings would probably not be able to explore the space, so to speak.
Drawing together, I would say on the communal aspect, what it does for Louisville really reveals a side of just artistic expression all under one roof that I don't know that anywhere else in the city that I've ever experienced, especially the genuine level of passion that every artist in not just the Vixens
and the ability for
music,
collaboration too.
Yeah,
like there's so much collaboration that happens here that would not happen anywhere else.
This is my first time ever seeing it in here. Having never seen a show, I was just blown away by the possibilities of what it can do and what it since then has done. The bands that it's brought in, like I said, the fundraising events, theater events, practice space for the troupe, and I don't know. Having not been a part of this, 5 years ago, and now just I'm jumping right in to the Vava Vixens. I don't know what we would have done without this facility.
I've been with Vava for a good 6-7 years now. I was actually with them before I started performing, but it's actually one of the best things that's ever happened to me, to be honest. Never thought I'd ever be on a stage, but this is where I spend most of my time now, and I miss it and I love it. I wasn't even in Vixens when I started coming here, and to watch it grow into what it has been growing into is just fantastic. I mean, the add-ons, the people, the place, just the customers, the people that come here to watch us, everything is just top notch, man. I miss it all. There's a lot of different communities that share this place, and a lot of times they all come to create the same community, and I've been able to join all of them, and they're all fantastic. I miss them.
And we're performers with the Vava Vixens and longtime lovers of Art Sanctuary.
Yes, this is definitely a second home to us.
We dance, we choreograph, we do aerial acrobatics. Rachel sings.
Sometimes I do the talky things, but they're not my favorite.
We make costumes, we make props.
Yeah, we
wear a lot of hats.
We wear a lot of hats. being on stage and being able to perform with my wife. We even perform under the name Gay Lady Duo. We perform all over, not just with Vava, but when we're here and we get to perform as us, Gay Lady Duo, with our love and our queerness and on stage, and people see that and they see our chemistry and they see our love. It just feels really good, and people celebrate that, and that is a really cool thing to offer to the queer community and people that aren't queer. They need to see stuff like this, and it needs to be more mainstream, and we're here for that. We are here for that for sure. Our troupe in general, we're just a big family, and we all support each other in our craft. We lift each other up, we encourage each other and inspire each other. It's a really unique way to see other parts of ourselves and express them in different ways, and just have the freedom and the safety to do those things.
My name is Keith Waits. I'm the gallery and facility manager at Louisville Visual Art and have been for 14 years. I'm also the managing editor of arts.louisville.com, and I have the good fortune to have a three-way relationship with Art Sanctuary and the people here. As in my role at LVA, we conduct adult figure drawing classes here with Claudia Hammer, and have been doing that for a couple of years now very successfully. It's turned out to be a wonderful location for us, and as the managing editor of Arts Louisville, we have begun to have our annual theater awards in February here at Art Sanctuary. This year they will probably be an online-only presence, and Art Sanctuary's ability to provide that opportunity is essential in that relationship. And then also, as managing editor for Arts Louisville, I review a lot of things, including a lot of live performances. So I've been here to review Vava Vixens and other companies that have used the Art Sanctuary stage for their productions. And it's been a wonderful relationship. Art Sanctuary is run by artists, and that I think is maybe the secret to its success and its ability to have these kinds of partnerships.
So we have studios here for around 30 artists, and we have them designed specifically to keep the cost down. So an individual artist may have a 50 square foot studio for $50 a month, but they have access to a whole lot more than that. There's access to tools for framing and large light tables and big workspaces and wall space to really back up from your work, and not to mention the human beings that are around that care about the same things that you can engage with. Kind of a studio situation like one might have in college.
It has exponentially improved my practice, having a studio space, because I'm a professional artist. I need a space that's purely designated for my art and art making. And it's also really helpful because when I was first starting, it's a very kind of solitary practice, and having this group and this community is very helpful. The affordability of the studio spaces, I think, is really helpful and important, because as an artist, it's really hard to afford a studio space.
Artists need space outside of their homes that's designated specifically for exploring whatever's happening in their artistic practice.
It's given me that space to just lay it all out, and if I need to just close up and go home, I can just leave my mess there. There's the conversation is waiting for me right when I get back. And it's provided network of other people around me. At one point we were doing critiques, and I feel like there's always someone around that I can be like, hey, what do you think about this? Or do you have any glue I can borrow? Or hey, I don't need these supplies anymore, and you put them in a space where other people can have them. So there's all that sharing of supplies and ideas. It's pretty awesome. One of the benefits I've been finding, especially in the last couple years, I've been getting more of the business end of my studio practice together. And I've been inviting curators to come in and do studio tours. And it's just really nice to have that space where I can, put everything out and show them everything I've been working on. And, it's like inviting somebody to your office. It provides another level of authenticity and business appeal, just like, I'm serious. I'm renting a studio and I'm doing my work. I'm not screwing around.
So if you're watching this, I'm sure you're aware of how vital the arts are to the city, to any community. It's even more vital to the artists themselves, and part of how art gets made is having a place to make it, and that's what we do. We provide artists a place to really explore their art, and we can't do it without you. That's that's why we need your help. There are 30 visual artists here. There are probably as many performing artists here, and then all of the outside performing acts, musical groups, dance groups, theater groups, traveling artists, people who exhibit in the gallery that wouldn't necessarily have access. And with donations, we're able to provide an affordable space for them to do it. And we need your help.